Ready to get into this style? Let's go. What we have here is my Bantu Knot along with 2 box braids. So first I start off using Uncle Funky's Daughter, the Thermal Heat Protected Primer. I spread all over my head and then I blow dry my hair out in sections and then I twist them up out of the way. Then I'll go in with some intricate parting. It's so important to get these parts straight. For the most part, I was doing what I could with this rat tail comb. So the thing about this rat tail comb is that it's not pointy. It actually had a blunt end, and I didn't notice it until I tried to make this part, and that's when I found my original rat tail comb. Honey, the black one with the pointy tip, that's what we need to get ourselves right. So as you can see, I decided to go with triangle parting. This just really helps the look be more than just Bantu knots. Parting is everything. As you can see here, I was like, okay, it needs to be in the middle of my head, but it wasn't adding up. So I had to use the arch of my brows along with the tip of the rat tail comb just to make things even. You'll see it all come together at the end. I'm just pointing where I'm going to put my rat tail comb and make my parting. I use the rat tail comb like a pencil, and sometimes if I'm light-handed, it won't part properly, so make sure you have the appropriate amount of pressure. Also, when I want to part somewhere, and of course I'm not going to keep picking up the mirror, I will use my finger to indicate where I need to part, or I'll just try to one-hand it like I'm doing right now, but sometimes I turn the opposite way of where I need to go. So this is a reminder: use your rat tail comb like a pencil and try to make those parts as sharp as possible. Now, it's been a while since I've done Bantu knots or even a intermediate style like this, so I am taking my time. This look all together with me washing my hair and blow drying it and doing this style took me 2 hours and 20 minutes altogether. That includes putting the box braids on at the end. Okay, we're not spending all day in the bathroom. We doing what we came to do. If you want to know, I did go back over with the tip of the comb to make those parts more precise, because that was the part that I used the blunt rat tail comb on. Also, I know it flashed up there really quickly, but I used Uncle Funky's extra butter on my hair for this style. Also, I twisted this up just to see what it would look like, and I was like, I don't know if I'm in love with this. Behind me on that doorknob, you can see his hair hanging off, and I was going to use that hair, but I have this thing about my hair not being too big. It needs to be realistic. So I'll finish up here. I am using a black edge control instead of just jam, because I want it to be super defined and slick. You'll see what I'm talking about as I use it. I think I forgot to mention that I am using the Ouchless rubber bands, the clear ones. I did put a little oil on them as well, but let me tell you something. They will pop on you, which is perfectly fine because I don't want it pulling out my hair anyway. So I made sure not to wrap it around too many times. And then when I pulled and separated the hair, I made sure not to pull too tight. But this style lasted all week. It could have lasted a little bit longer, but I had so much going on in a week. I was like, no, I'm ready for wash day. And if you're anything like me, you need to wash from head to toe when you're dealing with stuff just to relieve your stress. That's just me. So I'm coming up on the last part. As you can see, it's just easier to part first, twist everything up, and then go back over and put everything in a ponytail. This is the edge control that I'm telling you about, and you'll see it on my fingers, on my knuckles, and it just makes everything more laid and sleek. And I'm just using the blunt rat tail comb to clean up those parts. Now that's another reason why the parts didn't look as precise when I first did them, because some of the edge control did get in those parts. So note to self not to do that next time on the back of my head. And as you can see, instead of twisting it in one twist, I decided I'm going to twist it in 2 twists and just see what it looks like before I put this hair in my head, because I got to hide the hair anyway. So as I'm looking at it, I'm like, it look all right. It don't look too bad. It's not too small, and it looks the right size. So I decided to do the rest of my hair like that with the 2 twists instead of 1 twist. And I think it's going to be like a 2-strand twist summer. I really do, because I'm coming up with all these styles. And if you guys are interested, I did another style with 2-strand twist and ponytails, and I'm just loving these looks that I'm coming up with. So you'll see me just go through the rest of my head. I was told that I need to show more than one example, because I'm like a hit it and quit it when it comes to these videos. But here you are. When I turned around and I started smiling and dancing, that's when I knew that this look was coming together. You ever get that feeling where you're doing your hair and you're like, oh yeah, baby, this gonna work? That was the feeling that I got when I turned around. And then I realized I didn't even have to put any hair in my head. So that's that. I'm coming up on the last 2 ponytails in the back, which is going to finalize this look. I did get under the dryer for a little bit with that edge control. I don't know. It just felt weird and like it needed to dry. So I'm checking my parts and making sure everything is good. And for the most part, it is. Now, I did notice that the Bantu Knot in the front was sticking up higher than the rest of them. So I just fixed that. Also, turn around and check. Now I decide, you know what? I need a little pizzazz. And this look, I did this look for my birthday, and I wanted something very unique and very different than what I've been doing. Okay, in the past couple of years, I've done wash and goes like on a regular basis and just did a style here and there, but I'm team see what my hair can do right now. So you guys will be getting more styles and more inspiration. It's like my curly girls out there, I am here for you. And I know it's a lot of us out here inspiring, but hey, add me to your list. This is the final look. One more turnaround, and I love it. Let me know in the comments what you think.